minutes for.
Let's see.
We're live, by the way, so it'll take a few minutes for people to kind of join and jump in here.
How can I tell my friends to? How do I post it? I gotta copy your event and say, "Hey, check us out. We're live, right?"
Right. I mean, I think you just go to, because we're live. We're on Facebook, as a matter of fact. So I think if you just go to my Facebook page, which is Brian Dales Senior, I think you're going to see.
Oh, there's my ugly mug. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to share.
Can you see it right now?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That does work.
So let's share.
It actually works. So what's going on, Mike?
Check it out.
How you doing, man?
We're live.
We are live. We can maybe split us up here.
There we go.
How about that?
Does that help?
I should probably zoom in on myself.
All right, I gotta put this technology down before it makes me any more loopy.
Are we doing it?
Sort of.
We're good.
I shared it.
Man, looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah. All right, let me take another
I'm gonna plug this in. I gotta turn this down.
I can't look at myself anymore. You know, I don't. What age were you when you realized you were that age? Do you know what I mean? Like when you started.
I have no idea what you just
You don't
said.
know. What I mean?
What age was I when I realized I was that age?
When you were in your 20s and you saw a picture of yourself, you thought, "Yeah, I look 20."
Yeah.
You hit 30, and you're like, "Yeah, you know, I can still pass for 20."
Right.
And 40 hits, and you're like, and you see yourself in the mirror. You're not the same person you see when you see a picture of yourself.
Right.
I think 40 is when it hit me. Like, what happened to the 20-year-old me? I don't look like what I think I look like anymore.
Right. I'm not sure if I've hit that stage yet, Mike. Really. I think I still look like what I think I look like.
That's a handsome young man right there in the Air Force.
And this whole thing is fucked up. What are we talking about? We can pull this off, really, but so we're talking about. I don't even know where to show it.
You know, I'd almost say I wouldn't. I don't know. If you weren't standing here with me, I would think I wouldn't be able to recognize that was you.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
If I had a high school picture of me, I think you would look at it and be like, "Well, yeah, no, you can definitely pick out my high school picture. My high school picture, my hair started here,
Right.
and it was super long and thick. My daughter saw it. And every time I take her down to her grandparents' house, she sees my high school graduation picture. I look nothing like that anymore. So
right. We do have a mic right here, Mike. Yeah. So make sure you get stay within a couple inches of that mic. Yeah. So where did you go to high school? As a matter of fact, where are you from?
Jersey.
Jersey guy.
Jersey, but I'm South Jersey. I say that because wait, are you from? You're not from the north, are you?
No, I'm from here originally. North Charleston. Yeah.
Really? So I say Jersey because, or I say South.
Are you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I say South Jersey because people don't when I tell people I'm from Jersey, they immediately assume that it's Jersey Shore or I'm from New York. But what people who have never visited the North don't realize that New Jersey's split. So there's North Jersey, which is like the Giants and New York, and then there's South Jersey, which is Atlantic City and Philadelphia. So that was my choice. So when I would cut school in high school, I had my choice to either spend a day in Philadelphia or spend a day in Atlantic City. So I'm South Jersey. So, I mean, there is a big difference. There's a big difference in accent. There's a big difference in the food we eat. There's a big difference in the way we act. Right. So North Jersey is definitely New Yorkers.
And I don't hear an accent at all, really. I mean, how long have you been down here?
It's been 12 years this year.
Okay.
Yeah, 12 years this year.
So did you have an accent when you came down, or you just
no?
Got rid of it?
No. No, I don't think I ever really did have a heavy Jersey accent. And I'll say, if I get around family, or it's been a long time since I've been back to Jersey, or if I had a few drinks, getting happy, I might slip out, and you might hear the plural use guys.
Right.
Things like that start to slip out. But
So it's not the y'all
it's
that
not
we have
the
down here.
it's not the you definitely don't have a southern accent. But I don't think I ever really had a Jersey accent either. I definitely don't have a New York accent. So I was born in Jersey, and we left Jersey when I was 3 and spent 9-10 years in Chicago, and then moved back to Jersey, and I spent my middle school years and my high school years in Jersey. So I kind of wonder if that's the reason I don't have an accent, because there's the two. You know, I mean, when do you learn an accent?
Right.
Probably like what, age 10? It starts to creep in there.
Oh yeah, somewhere around there, sure.
Yeah, so I wasn't really in between. I was in between the two.
What'd you go to Chicago for? Or I guess not you, but your parents.
Well, yeah, my work. My dad went out there for work. Yeah, and then when we moved, So I got 3 siblings. So the oldest siblings was already out of high school. He stayed. And my sister stayed. In fact, the other brother stayed too. And then we moved back to Jersey. It was just me. Like I said, I had middle school and high school in Jersey, which is really your character building years. That's when you become who you are, kind of like that. And then we moved back to Jersey because my mother wanted to be closer to what she had left of her family. So my uncles. Yeah, so I had 3 uncles and an aunt still living in Jersey. So, and Dad found work in Jersey too. So my dad was a union man. So I know I hesitate saying that because I've been living down here now for 12 years. So I know when I bring that up, it's a touchy subject here in South Carolina. Some are union people, some are not. Most are not union people.
Right.
But my dad was worked for UFCW, United Food Commercial Workers. So he negotiated contracts for the workers of north it was like Super Fresh, or I'm down here it's Publix. But Publix isn't union, even though they treat their employees pretty good. But for grocery stores, you negotiate the contracts and stuff.
All right.
Go in and make sure that Food Line wasn't bleaching their food. You've heard those stories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of thing. So that's kind of why we went back and forth from Jersey to Philly. So when I was back in Jersey, Dad was traveling up and down the East Coast, Washington, and I was doing my high school thing, and that's that. I knew in high school immediately that I was not military like you.
No.
No. Yeah, I knew I wouldn't be a good soldier.
Why not?
I just I knew it. My dad was in the Navy. I don't know. I wasn't a punk. I wasn't a brat. I wasn't a great student. But I definitely wouldn't have been. I don't think I would have been a good soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, matter of fact, I don't even know. Well, shit, whatever. So what is today? Wednesday.
3rd, 4th,
Last
5th.
week.
What the fuck is today? Really?
Really? I know. Yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
I don't. Oh, hey, let me look.
I think
it's the 5th.
Yeah, it's the 5th. I think. Yeah.
I bought my first weapon last week.
Really?
Yeah. I never held a gun, never shot a gun until I moved to South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, any particular reason? I mean, you just didn't like guns, or you just didn't even think about it, or what?
Didn't even think about it.
Okay.
Jersey, it's not even a thing. I mean, you can go to shooting ranges, and I never felt the need, or I was never afraid. I didn't believe anyone was out to get me. I didn't stay up at night, so think someone's going to come rob me.
Right.
But then I'm moving down here, got friends and neighbors that go to the shooting range, so I went with a couple times. I think it was good to educate yourself about a gun, so that you lose. I don't want to say you lose the fear of it, but you understand a little bit better, so you're not terribly intimidated by it. I don't even know why I'm thinking about this. Well, I was thinking about this being a soldier. Like I said, I have to carry a weapon if I was a soldier. But anyway, it's kind of cool now. My wife went to the shooting range with me and a friend, and she shot like a 22. She had never shot it before. She was okay with it, and then
Yeah, I mean, a 22 is pretty not scary.
Pretty not scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was okay with it. And then, so when she went with us, I don't even know what these guys were shooting, but we were on the rifle side. these guys are shooting some big ass rifles at big booms.
Yeah.
And my wife's back to the corner and she's looking at me with the headphones around her and she's just shaking her head. I said, and I tried to yell in her ear. I was like, "No one's gonna make you do anything. Just stand there. If you don't want to shoot, you don't have to shoot." And I didn't have a gun then. These were my buddy's gun. So then he had a 9mm, and I shot that a couple times. And I have another neighbor I went with, and he had actually the same 9mm. Shot his, and then so this is over like three months or so. And then I just went last week and just picked up one.
Right.
Not for any particular reason other than I see it as a hobby, just to go on the range, just to shoot. I have no interest in having a concealed weapons license. Like, what do I need to take it? I don't know. Do you have one of those?
I do, actually. Concealed carry permit, yeah. You
feel all right taking it out and going grocery shopping and having it in your pocket or anything? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't do it as much as I used to. When I first got it, what kind of gun did you get, by the way? You said you bought a gun.
Yeah, Smith & Wesson 9mm.
Oh, 9mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got the concealed carry permit. And I mean, pretty much you can carry the gun anyway, right? I mean, in your car at least, glove compartment, trunk, whatever, console. But I'm
getting familiar with the rules. I don't even know what I can do.
Yeah.
Can I do that? Can I travel with it in?
Yeah, as long as it's
unloaded, I'm sure, right?
Well, no, you can have it loaded, but you just have to have it in your glove compartment or your console or your trunk, I believe. Once you have the concealed carry permit, then of course you can have it on your body, have it whatever. But you still can't have it just sitting out, in the front seat or on the dashboard or anything. It still has to be kind of concealed. But yeah,
I don't know. I don't see the need to take it with me to the movies.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I'm okay if somebody else does. It's just I don't know.
Right. Yeah. When I first got the concealed carry, I carried it everywhere. To the movie theater, to the restaurant,
really?
To the bar, whatever. Yeah, places you're probably not even supposed to carry it. You're not supposed to carry it into a bar, brewery, and those type things. But I would have it at work, at Homegrown Brew House when I used to work up there. But just in case something went off.
See, I don't think I ever want to be at a gig and have it in my pocket with me. I don't think I ever want to be in that position because if something breaks out while I'm gigging, I'm packing up and I'm just going to leave.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if that's the cowardly thing to do, but I don't ever want that temptation to be even think about touching it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right, I do.
I mean, I'm sure you have a lot more experience with it being in the service.
A little bit. And I mean, really the only reason that I got the damn thing, the concealed carry thing, was because I was prior military, it was easy to get. I didn't have to go through all the actual training and stuff. I basically just showed my paperwork from the military and did a couple-hour class, took a written test, and I got my permit. For the normal person, for you would have to actually go shoot and do some range time and things like that. But since I'd been prior military, I had that range time already.
Yeah. So what do I have to do? I have to do range time and take an 8-hour class or something, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe something will change that, but I don't know. I guess just growing up, again, back to Jersey, growing up it just wasn't a thing.
Yeah. And it's funny how, you kind of think about things, but I would think that growing up in Jersey would be even more necessary to have a gun.
Well, you probably think, but again, it was South Jersey.
Right.
So South Jersey was a lot of farmland. Again, I was in between Philadelphia and Atlantic City. So if I was up in North Jersey, I would say it's probably where everybody's carrying a weapon because they're in New York City, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's where they're dumping trash. But I don't know. So that's my new hobby, my new But again, if I was a kid as a soldier, I don't think I would have been. I don't know. I don't think I would have been good at shooting guns or wasn't interested in it. Yeah. I was my graduation, the day I graduated, I was late to my own high school graduation because I insisted upon going to my guitar lesson instead. So I went to my guitar lesson. I pulled up to my graduation. I was late. People were starting to walk already. And I quick ran in and jumped in the line. My parents were pissed at me. So that's how devoted I was to music and playing guitar. So that's where my head was. So I just wasn't even thinking about military. I wasn't thinking about guns. I wasn't thinking about nothing. It was guitar and girls.
Right. So music, how'd that get started? I mean, were your parents musical? Were they musicians?
The piano in the house, always. Back to Dad in the military. He played the piano in the Navy. I didn't play much piano around the house, but it was always there for me to fiddle with. Once MTV, I don't even know how old I was exactly when MTV came out. When MTV came out, I was done. I was sold.
And that was what, 85,
86,
84, 85? Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, so that hit. So when I got a little bit older, when I was younger, I had piano lessons. It just didn't stick. And then MTV came out, and I got a little bit older, 10, 11 years old. It was the guitar all the way. Just my hands were on it all the time. Just playing it all the time. And then, of course, the attention you get from the other kids, and especially girls. And then...
did the piano translate into the guitar? I mean, did that translate at all? No? Totally different?
I mean, theory's theory. I mean, the chord on the piano is still the same chord on the guitar, but the fretboard is different than... So piano's linear. I mean, you know that, right? Like, it's linear. Guitar... It's a whole puzzle piece. You can map it out in your head versus playing the... I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but... So I had lessons, and when I was that age, I was just because of the lessons, I was just a little bit better than some of the kids I went to school with. And I remember I had a teacher. This was my English teacher. He was awesome, Mr. Sachs. He'd stay after school with me and like play guitar with me and stuff. Play old I can't think of Simon and Garfunkel stuff, and then I had another, or he was my history teacher, English teacher, and then there was my creative writing teacher who loved Jethro Tull, and he was all about the lyrics, and the other English teacher was all about the music. So it was just music was the thing. So I had a buddy. I was a sophomore, and my buddy was a senior, and he couldn't really sing, but he sang in a chorus, and the music teacher agreed to let him sing a senior solo to the auditorium and let me play the guitar, and it was an Eagles tune, Peaceful Easy Feeling.
Right.
And that was like the first time I ever played in front of like an audience of more than 10 people, you know what I mean? I'm guessing maybe there was 100, maybe 200 people there, because it was the auditorium in a big high school. And it was in the evening, and there were parents there and everything too. And that feeling, when everybody clapped and applauded, oh man, for a 17-year-old, 16-year-old kid.
You were hooked.
Oh, done.
Yeah.
It's done. And by that point, it was all, it was the hair metal stuff. So it was all the flashy Eddie Van Halen stuff, which I don't even play that way, really. That's not my style, but I do like the lead and stuff. So my friends would they took like a left turn and went into the heavy metal hair stuff, and I took a right turn and went into like the Allman Brothers and things like that, and right. Bob Marley and Santana and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, so the music thing, yeah. I don't know. My daughter, I don't know where we were going. My daughter asked me the other day. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm tired. What she asked, I forget. We were talking about her going to college and everything. She had said, "Do you think if you had gone to college, would you have a career doing something else, or would you still be playing music?" And I told her, I said, I would still be playing music. I would just have a college degree in something else.
Right.
That's what I think. Music was in me.
Yeah.
You know? I think most guys say that. You've interviewed a lot of musicians, so most of them say that.
Yeah. They do, really.
Yeah. It's innate, I guess.
Yeah, it's in you.
Yeah.
So you came here, you said 10, 12 years ago?
Yeah. 07?
Okay.
Yeah. When was the crash? 08?
08.
Yeah. So we got lucky. We got here the year before. We were able to sell our house.
Okay.
Yeah. So
by the time you came here, you were pretty engrossed in music, I guess, already? Or did you have a band where you were, then you came here? I
did have a band. I had several bands in Jersey, but it was a different thing. So when I moved here, what I learned immediately, how different it was from Jersey to here, is that here it's like a community. And I like to call it like Rolodex players. Like if I'm playing with a band or something, I have like the first 4 or 5 guys, the first string that I'll call and say, "Hey, you want to play?"
Right.
But everybody's playing. There's so many musicians here that you can just randomly call anybody and say, and if you need to put a band together for the next weekend, you know what I mean? Right. Or you just run down to the poorhouse and just have a conversation, have a beer, and you can put a band together, and everybody's so good that they can do it. You send them on a set list, and they're good. But in Jersey, there was like unity. It was the same. There was the same 4 guys you went to high school with, and you were just gonna conquer until someone acted like an asshole, and then the band broke up, or someone kissed someone's girlfriend, and then the band broke up, or something stupid. And, you know what I mean? There was no. I don't know. It was different that way. So did you have Casey Carver on here? Did I see that post?
I have not had him on here yet. Originally, when we started this podcast, everybody had to have original stuff. So Casey was
doing cover stuff.
Yeah, doing a lot of cover stuff. So originally we were like, we can't do cover tunes. We're gonna have to pay all kind of music, money to all these different fucking places or whatever. But now I don't give a shit anymore. But yeah, so Casey needs to come on here. Yeah,
he's the first guy I started doing music with when I moved here.
Really?
We started doing an acoustic duo. I was playing the guitar and he was singing and stuff.
Right.
So that's how I got into some of the places around town and stuff. So he kind of showed me like downtown Market Street and everything. And then, I took off and started doing the original stuff. Like you said, he was still doing the cover stuff. Right.
What was the name of that? Did you have a name?
North by South.
Okay.
Do you remember hearing that name or not?
I do. Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah. I think you've told me about that before.
Well, Casey's a pretty good salesman. He booked a lot of gigs, and he wasn't afraid to talk about.
Yeah, I mean that's what he does now, right? For a day job, I think he's in sales or some shit. But
I don't even know.
Yeah, I think he does paycheck something with money. I don't know.
He was doing something with forklifts when I first met him.
No,
I don't even know.
Forklifts now.
Well, not anymore, right? Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's not me. Is that really what I look like?
No, that's really what you look like.
Because that's not what I look like inside my head.
Like. That's what you look like right now.
That's just absurd. No.
So what do you got now? You got so you did that thing with Casey. What happened after that?
Well, right after
that when you went solo, or you went with the Mike Freund band, or
right after
let's
Casey,
open these beers.
It was the Mike Freund band. Yeah, open them. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. So right after with Casey, it was the Mike Freund band, and I was doing the covers because I was trying to get paid, which was a good segue, because music doesn't pay.
So what did that mean? You were doing covers.
I was doing a cover thing, but I was trying to at least get paid and pay the band, and at the same time trying to make a name for myself. And, but that. Again, that just rolled into the networking and getting to know who could play and who couldn't play at last minute, and getting to know friends, and eventually somebody can't show up and you're forced to do a solo gig, and then I started doing solo work, solo acoustic, and then slowly introduced into some of the cover gigs, into some of the sets, some original tunes, and some guys were like, "Your original tunes are not bad. You should record them," and I had recorded with one band back in Jersey. We recorded it was more like a demo. It wasn't really a CD. It was only like 6 songs, and so the original thing was always kind of there. But anyway, so here I went and put a band together, recorded one album, sent out the bloggers and all that stuff you're supposed to do, and promote it online as much as you can, and it was pretty cool. I mean, I just found a new passion. I absolutely love being in the studio. I love being on a stage with a band.
Right.
But it's hard to get guys to commit, and especially now in the last year, this COVID shit, none of us are on stage.
Yeah.
And I have the luxury of being able to do the solo thing and stick myself in the corner with the acoustic guitar. So what are we drinking?
This is, let's pull it up.
Oh, this smells good.
This is 13 Stripes, which 13 Stripes is out of Taylor's, South Carolina. This is called Sea of Liberty IPA.
Oh.
It's an unfiltered hoppy brew filled with Simcoe and Idaho 7 hops. The boisterous Sea of Liberty is never without a wave, which is what Thomas Jefferson said, I guess. So, Sea of Liberty.
I like it.
IPA. Good, man.
Cheers.
Thank you for coming in, man. Appreciate it.
Having me. It's got a nice Nice smell.
Pretty
Nice
easy
entry.
drinking. Yeah. 7.4% alcohol by volume. It's a little heavier than it tastes, really. Tastes pretty light.
I was thinking the same thing. It's light for an IPA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw it today. Thought it was a pretty good beer to have for today. Something light, refreshing.
Did you ever do that? Did you ever get into making the beer, making the home brews?
Yeah, I did actually. This
Did
is one of my brew pails over here, as a matter of fact. But yeah, I started when I was stationed out in Alaska, 2005, 2006. Alaska was it was a pretty big homebrew scene going on out there, so I got into it out there. And
oh, you got to tell me about Alaska. I would love to see it.
Alaska was fantastic. It's my best assignment ever in the Air Force.
Yeah.
I spent 6.5 years out there.
6 years in Alaska. So you've been in the cold, and then you've been right back here in Carolina heat.
Yeah, I mean, when I left, I left Alaska, and in August of 2011, it was 55 degrees, and moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, and it was 120 degrees when we got there.
Were you still in the Air Force when you moved out of Alaska?
Yeah.
So you went to
Yeah.
Vegas, you said?
Yeah, Vegas. Spent 3 years there in the Air Force, and then I retired. So
How long were you in the Air Force?
a little over 21 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, I appreciate
Thank you for being the soldier that I could not be.
Thank you. Well, it's not a soldier in the Air Force; it's an airman.
Airman.
But, yeah, soldier is Army.
Did you fly?
No, I worked in physical therapy and occupational therapy, so it was a medical job.
So you were fixing guys when they sprain their ankles when they
Right.
out of the parachute?
Yeah. Keeping people able to fly. Yeah.
There's another thing I don't think I could do. I don't think I could jump. Have you jumped out of a plane? You probably have.
I have not.
No?
I've wanted to my entire life, and at this point, I really don't give a shit.
That's not a prerequisite for Air Force?
No. It should be, right? I mean, that's what most people think.
I just assume.
Or at least they think that you fly, but no, I wanted to for many, many years, and I had it set up a couple times and never did. And I know plenty of people that have and said it's a great experience, but at this point in my life, I'm not interested.
You can't get, yeah.
Yeah. Back in my 20s and 30s, I was very
You
interested.
would? No.
Yeah.
No.
But I'm not interested at all anymore.
Wait, so go back to Alaska. I want to hear about it. What's the landscape like?
I mean, it's not really much different than any other place, really. I mean, a lot of people think that you go to Alaska and it's just frozen tundra and there's just nothing but snow and ice and desolation and whatever. But it's, I was in Anchorage, Alaska, so it was pretty much just a town, just like any other town.
That's the capital, right? Is that the capital?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, you had everything that you have here, restaurants and
what's it like in
Walmarts
summer,
and
then?
Targets and the summer is pretty much constant daylight. So I mean, you have daylight like 22 hours out of the day,
Oh, that's
20 hours maybe.
That screw with you? It's got to screw with you.
A little bit. I mean, it takes some getting used to. And then in the wintertime, you have just the opposite. You have 20 hours of darkness, and then you have 4 hours of like just a dusk.
That I could handle.
The sun doesn't really even come up. I mean, just kind of the dusk, and then it just kind of gets dark again. So
Which was harder to deal with?
I didn't have a problem with either one of them. My ex-wife that was there with me when we were stationed there, the constant daylight was her biggest problem. But to me, neither one of them.
Yeah, how do you darken the room? You probably can't darken the room enough to go to sleep, can you? I mean,
You can.
darkening shades only darken so much.
Well, no, you have blackout shades. So I mean, it's pretty much pitch black if you wanted to.
You can make it that way?
Yeah, for sure.
I still want to go up there.
It's
Yeah, I wanna
fantastic.
check it
I
out,
mean,
for sure.
I would recommend it to anybody and everybody.
So
Alaska.
my wife and I, when we talk about vacations and stuff,
Right.
she's always talking like Italy.
Okay.
I'm always talking about the American West or Alaska or something. I want to see the Grand Canyon. I want to see the Grand Tetons. You said you were in Arizona.
Mhm.
I want to see Alaska. I just know I'm going to lose that fight, but I want to see the rest of America.
Right. And that's what I tell people all the time is people always want to go to all these exotic locations, Italy and Europe and Japan and all these places, but there's so many unseen things
Japan,
here.
You got me on Japan. I would like to go to see Japan.
No, for sure. I'd like to see Japan too, but yeah, you're right. There's so many unseen things here just in the United States. There's so many different landscapes here.
Yeah.
I mean, people just don't even realize. And it's funny, the amount of people that don't even leave their home state, their home city, their hometown.
Almost never. I got a cousin who's never left Jersey.
Right. There's so many things you can see right
Here's
here.
you, cuz Al. I love you. You're going to get out of Jersey sometime. You're going to come down here and see me.
Right. You don't need a passport. You don't need anything. You can just fucking drive. Fly. Take a train.
Mm. Yeah. No, I'd like to see the Grand Tetons for sure. My parents went out to Sedona, 15 years ago. They swear that's like, I would love it, but...
Yeah, I've been to Sedona.
Yeah.
My oldest son lives in Flagstaff, Arizona. So once I sell this house and I get my RV, one of the first places I'm going to is
see him.
Flagstaff. Yeah, it's one of my first stops.
You got one? You got one kid?
Two boys.
Two boys?
I got one in Flagstaff, Arizona, and one in Reno, Nevada.
So they're close together.
Yeah, when I retired in Las Vegas, both of them were Bears, so they just stayed there.
Stay there.
Yeah. They had no desire to come back to the East Coast.
Is they in the service too?
No.
No. They didn't want to? Are they into music?
Not into music. They're both into fitness and nutrition and exercise and wellness and those type things. My ex-wife was a nurse. I was physical therapy, occupational therapy. So they both kind of followed along those footsteps into health and fitness and wellness and type things. So
I used to be into fitness.
Yeah. What happened?
Gigs.
Yeah. Right.
Gigs. Yeah. We had, my wife and I, we had a trainer for 5-6 years before we got married, and we would joke and we'd say, well, marriage may not last forever, but damn it, these pictures are going to last a long time and we're going to look good in them.
Right. How long have you been married? Ooh.
16 years. 16 years.
Okay.
16 years. But I jokingly hesitated because we've been married 16 years, but I said we've been together for 22.
Right.
We've been together since she was 18. I'm 3 years older than she is. So, I mean, we were committed then, but I lose that argument. Guys always say, we've been together forever, and the woman's always like, no, we've only been married for... You met my wife, yeah? Yeah, you met my wife one time.
Yeah, a few times, yeah.
Yeah, are you watching, Jeanette? Of course you're not watching.
Probably not. There's probably not anybody watching. Right?
Yeah, we got 3 people. Who's Holly?
New friend of mine, Facebook friend.
Hi, Holly.
Hi, Holly.
Who's Deborah? Hi, Deborah.
Deborah, that's Paul Stone's wife. Paul Pietrafest's wife.
Who?
The Paul Stone Project.
I don't know that name.
Come on, man. You know Paul.
I'm better with faces. Paul.
He played here with you guys.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He played the Zig Garden with you guys.
Sorry, Paul. Yep, I remember. Just not if you can hear me. Yeah, she's quoting Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. The older I get, the more I look like my dad with a pair of white headphones on.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Yeah, I went with white headphones originally because I just was trying to be different. White microphone, white headphones, whatever. Everybody had black. I figured I'd do something different. But
I get it. So have you talked to your fans or talked on your podcast about your plans to take a trip?
Yeah, I've mentioned it quite often, yeah.
So that's not news to them, right?
Nope, not news to them at all.
So will you give this? It'd be a shame for you to give this up. Will you take this on the road with it?
No, it's going to be a roaming podcast. So it's going to be kind of like diners, drive-ins, and dives type things. I mean, I'm going to take it on the road, do podcasts from the RV. I was talking to Fleming about this the other day, as a matter of fact, and he said there's an app out there that somebody.
Fleming.
Yeah, he said there's an app out there where you can go to different towns and you can pull up this app and find out what gigs are going on in that town, music-wise.
I think every town's got something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but what I want to do is I want to drive around to these different towns, stop in a brewery, stop in a restaurant, in a bar or whatever, and sit down and talk with some musicians, local musicians or local bartenders, local breweries. Kind of do the same thing I do right now.
So you will keep it
just going to be roaming.
Beer and music, you'll keep the general topic, like the general motif, I guess.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'd be ashamed to see you give this up.
Craft
conversations. This beer is
conversations.
kind of awesome. This door and stickers and everything.
I appreciate it. That's not coming with me. So if you want this door, you can have it. I've offered it up to a couple of different people, and nobody wants it right now. But
to put it in one of Fleming's videos or something, or one of mine,
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that, so you did a video.
Yeah. Did you see it?
And
you're smirking. Come on, give it to me. Lay it on me.
You did a video.
Lay it on me.
What the fuck was it called? It was called.
Which one? The one with the girl or the newest one?
The one with the girl. Where
Wicked?
Fleming was Something Wicked.
With the bartender. Oh, you're still sorting me?
Yeah. So you try to get a bartender for the video, and you got a guy that's a bartender that works as a bartender, and you end up casting somebody else.
Well, I would say I'll put you in the next one, but you're leaving.
Well, when's the next one? I can make an appearance.
As soon as I make a little bit of money spent on the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to shoot I got another song to put out in the fall, and I want to shoot a video for it, but I don't have the cash for it right now. Cash flow's super tight. But yeah, no. Fleming said he would do it for free. If Fleming did, come on, give him. He did good. He did good.
He did pretty good. He had a pretty good look for it.
He had a good look for it, and he was.
And that's a different style bartender than I was a beer tender more than a bartender. But
well, Fleming also got me the girl.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they worked together at the chicken.
Okay.
So yeah, and the only reason I got all those views on the video is because of the girl.
Is that right?
Because I put another video out since then. I got half the views.
Really?
Because the other video I'm talking about, it's just me at a desk and a guitar.
Right.
That one, it's got the pretty girl holding hands, dancing, up close on her face. Yeah, I think that's why I got so many views, because she was pretty.
Yeah. And that was at Honky Tonk Saloon, right? Is that place still open?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you choose that place for the video?
Because the dude who's playing bass in that other live feed that we're watching, he works there, and he's got a good relationship.
So it's all just connections.
Do you know that dude, Bob? No. No. Yeah, just who knows who and who. So he got me in there. The dude who shot the video wanted like a dim lit space and a stage, and that kind of that was the right spot. And with all the COVID, they were closed down, and when the owner let us go in there, I think there was like 6 of us, and it was the middle of the afternoon, and he wasn't open for business, so it kind of worked out. He let us do it, and he let me do it for free. So I was like, yeah, thanks.
Right. So you didn't pay anybody for that. I mean, that was all a free.
Everybody got a little bit of cash, but
right.
the place.
I'm not trying to call you out and say you're cheap or anything. You didn't pay,
well, no,
you didn't pay for anything, but
cheap. I got to do it on the cheap because
it's pretty good.
I've done videos. I've got a couple of videos, which there's ones I've done myself with my phone. I thought turned out okay, and then there's ones I've spent $1,500 on, $1,600 on that are pretty good. And then there's ones that is it a weapon? We're talking weapons, right?
It is a weapon.
Yeah.
It is a weapon.
And then I have ones that were done for like $300, so it's all over the place. But I mean, if I can get a decent quality one with a pretty looking girl in it for $300,
right?
Because again, but music you don't make no money in music.
No, I mean not anymore, right?
No. In this town, if you want to make money, you got to do the covers. You got to do a 3-hour gig downtown, and you got to do all the covers, and you got to keep the people interested. And bars just want you there to sell your drinks to keep the people awake and alive. But if you're going to try to do your own original stuff, you're going to cost you money.
So do you really think that's true, that people only care about the covers? They don't give a shit about your original music?
Yeah, well, yes and no. So I find it to be a compliment when I throw in a couple covers or a couple originals into my cover gigs. Again, it's been a while since I've had the band together to play because we can't play out with the COVID and everything.
Right.
But when I had the band again, we were out doing our thing. It's a 3-hour night, and you're doing like 3 45-minute sets, and you got your covers. If you throw in 3 original songs in each set, and everybody in the audience is still dancing and still rubbing elbows, still having a good time and joking, and they don't realize that it's not a cover, that's kind of a compliment. Even if I'm doing the solo thing in the corner, solo acoustic, excuse me, If people don't realize that my original is a cover, that's kind of a compliment. But I know. You got to set it up differently. Like what Fleming was doing in the back room, you got to like showcase it as all original for people. And then it's really hard to even get people out to come see it. Music's tough, man. Especially now you just get everything for free online.
Yeah.
But it goes back to what we were saying before. All the musicians said it's just part of me. I was born with it. We all do it because it's passion.
Right. You just want to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't see going through life and not writing songs. I'd be writing them anyway. So I might as well record them and put them out there.
Right. So you prefer to do original stuff?
I do. Yes, because now I'm in my 40s, so I've been doing music since I was in high school. And it's people still request the same covers.
What's the most requested song?
Brown Eyed Girl.
Really? I would not have thought of that.
Brown Eyed Girl. Some assholes always yelling Skinner.
I mean, I can see that in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you always got the Freebirds guys, right? You got.
I never knew Wagon Wheel until I moved here. I never knew Wagon Wheel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a new one.
That was for the last 12 years, but people still ask for it. You know, my favorite place to play in town is downtown Burns Alley. I don't know if you've ever been. They got a giant sign above the door. Giant sign. Bigger than twice the size of your picture here. It's above their door. It says absolutely no wagon wheel.
Really?
Yeah, big skull and crossbones to it. Absolutely no wagon wheel. Yeah. So I kind of like that because I can't stand it. But
right.
I have played Freebird.
Yeah, I think Eric Barnett, I think when he starts off, every one of his sets, he says, I don't play wagon wheel.
Eric's a good guy, man.
He's a really good guy.
I dig his style. I dig his attitude and everything.
Yeah.
Him and his wife are nice people. I haven't talked to him. I got to reach out to him.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's on. We should message him.
We should.
Well, it's still just Deborah, Holly, and Holly.
He does watch. He does watch the show for sure.
Well, he was doing his own thing for a while. When the COVID first hit, he was doing what? Every Tuesday night he was putting out new music.
Yeah, he was doing some stuff. Yeah, he's a good dude. Did you do a lot of that stuff when this first thing started?
I started.
A lot of live stream stuff?
I started to do it, and then the novelty kind of wore off. You know?
I did see that. I mean, fucking March and April, we were inundated with nothing but live streams.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was a live streamer. Everybody was a musician. Everybody was a podcaster. It was just crazy.
And it's hard to compete because after that, I don't want to say the real, but I mean, Sheryl Crow was doing a live stream. So how can I compete?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? On a Saturday night, now my heroes are all doing a live stream. Like, well, I guess
right. That kind of came along a little bit later.
Later.
Right?
So it was everybody on my level. We're all doing the live streams, and then the Grammy winners were then suddenly doing live streams, and it's like, well, now my Fridays are screwed because why do a live stream on Friday when
right.
the Hootie's doing one? You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, last Friday night I watched one of my heroes do a live stream. Did you ever hear Monty Montgomery?
Yeah, I definitely know the name.
Monty Montgomery, absolutely one of my top 5 favorite guitar players. Ultimate. He plays acoustic guitar, and he is just astounding. No accompaniment. You know, you've seen me where I play with like a backing track, with like not a backing track, but like looper pedal.
Yeah,
so
loop
like
pedal.
A solo on top of it and everything.
Right.
He does it all with nothing, and he's just outrageous. Out of Austin, just a gunslinger. He's got some great music. Just a fantastic player. So yeah, I mean, he was playing Friday night, so I spent an hour watching him. Why am I going to live stream?
Right.
I'm watching him now. You know. So what is that?
What
is that a 9?
No, that's a 357.
357.
357 Magnum. Yeah. It's it's a real gun, but
yeah,
it was part of the prop for the stuff that I'm doing with Fleming for the Podunk TV series that we're shooting.
Can you talk about it, or is it super secret?
No, it's not super secret at all. I mean, you've seen the first 2 episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Podunks, episode 1 and 2. So we're in the process of shooting the 3rd episode now. We had a little delay in shooting because We weren't friends anymore, Fleming and I. So yeah, we're kind of getting back together and trying to reshoot or trying to get together and shoot.
I bet the money in my pocket,
episode,
it was Fleming's fault.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's always Fleming's fault.
Uh-huh. You hear that, Fleming?
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that that was up here for the next shoot. So look forward to that coming out sometime soon.
So when you were setting up and everything, you got two pictures behind me: the tiger and the is it cock or is it rooster?
No, it's cock.
Cock, isn't it?
Cock, yeah.
So
it's a gamecock and a tiger.
Oh, that's what it is. Supposed to be the Clemson Tigers and the Gamecocks. Is that the whole point? But it's got a Japanese theme, and Japanese theme is kind of like your style.
Yeah, I mean it could kind of go both ways. Yeah, you're right. But no, it's Clemson Tigers and Carolina Gamecocks.
All right, that one looks a little more Japanese style.
Right.
Yeah. Did you get to do all that stuff in the Air Force too?
What's that?
Martial arts.
I didn't do any martial arts in the Air Force. No.
No.
No. I mean, there was combatives and things like that, but no.
Were you into it then, though?
No, I was into it starting at 15 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, was when I got started in Taekwondo. Yeah.
So it stayed with you.
Here in Somerville, as a matter of fact.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You born in Somerville?
Born in North Charleston.
No, you said that, yeah. North Charleston.
Yeah, but we moved to Somerville and started Taekwondo when I moved to Somerville, so I've been in martial arts ever since.
You still do it? You still go to the class or still go to the gym? Or
No. Last time I went to any classes was 2009, 2010. Yeah, but I still do my own stuff, my own training. My entire garage below us right here, as a matter of fact, the 2-car garage is nothing but a gym.
I've seen some
heavy
pictures.
bags, yeah, weights, all that kind of stuff.
So you still try to work out and stay fit?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah, I love going to the gym, but I haven't been to the gym since COVID.
You don't love it that much.
Well, because of COVID. I mean,
yeah.
I've snuck in a couple times, but then I thought, like, this is too dangerous. What am I doing?
Right.
You know, I pulled into the parking lot and there's 20 cars. Sometimes I'm like, no, I'm not going in. I did start jogging, and it was kind of awesome. Pants are starting to fit better, but then July hit. I wasn't getting up early enough to beat the heat. I'm not going out at 6 in the morning to go jog. And if anybody listening understands what the heat is like here in Charleston in July and August,
yeah,
forget it.
Yeah, the heat index is
101 today.
105. Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
And the humidity is 50, 60, 70%.
I was out. I had to go. I went to work this morning. I was up at 4 a.m. I was actually up at 2. I had to go out to work at 4 a.m. So I do still keep a job outside the music thing.
Right.
It sucks. It sucks. Yeah, but when I have work that's outside, that's not music related, I go out and definitely beat the heat and try to get home before noon, before that heat. You just get heat stroke.
Yeah.
It's too hot. No.
So what else do you do? I mean, besides music and your day job, what does Mike Freund do to pass the time? What do you and your wife do? I mean, you kayak, you boat, you go to the beach.
Last time we tried the kayak, we almost died.
Yeah?
That's a true story. You want to hear it?
Yeah. How do you almost die in a kayak?
It's really true, and I'll try not to embellish. We kayaked. It was last year. We went down to Coastal Expeditions in Folly, and it was me and my daughter in one kayak, and my wife in her own, and we were with another couple, and we took a little tour, and it was awesome. So fast forward to this year. When did we go? I think it was around my wife's birthday. I think that was in June, the end of June. Yeah, it was the end of June. We thought, let's go. Like everybody, we're thinking, what are fun things we can do to get around the COVID thing? What can we do? So you got to do outside things. Well, let's go kayaking down the Edistone. It was a fucking disaster and a horrible mistake. So my daughter's older now, and she's convinced us that she can do it by herself, and she doesn't want to be in a tandem boat. So we said, okay, fine, you can be in your own boat. And we get up early, we go out to the place that rents them, and they drive us up I'm sure you've done it before. They drive you up a couple miles and they drop you in, and then
Right.
well, the Edison was moving. The water was moving. Water was moving. It wasn't the kayak's place. It wasn't their fault. But I'm surprised they didn't say, "Are you experienced?" Because the water's moving. So we get in, and they said to watch for the jetties and everything, and we weren't in it for 3 minutes, and we all got separated. I'm out front, and the truth is, if my kid wasn't with me, or even my wife, if it was like a couple guys that fell out of the boat or something, get back in, probably would have toughed it out. So it wasn't like a rapid, but the water was moving where it took you. So I'm now 50 feet in front of my wife and my daughter, and they're behind me. And I hear my wife starting to panic. My daughter got caught up in a jet, or a trees jetting out and everything, and the kayak's turning around. I can't do anything to help them. And now Jen is passing my daughter, so my daughter's stuck, and we can't stop. We can't paddle back to get each other. So I look over my shoulder, and I'm yelling to my wife, "Tara, just relax, man. It'll figure it out." And trying to keep everybody calm. Like, I can't get back to you. So then, like a jackass that I am, I turn around and there's a tree branch. So I tried to grab the tree branch, thinking I could just hold myself here and they could, the water was moving fast enough. It took me took the kayak out from under me.
Right.
So I'm in the water. We all got vests on. At this point, everything's kind of okay. And I'm like, but I couldn't get my fat ass back into the kayak. And I'm 100 yards in front of them. Now I get caught up in a tree branch and everything stuck, and I'm still in the water. Now I'm holding myself on to this tree branch, and I can see behind me Jen still in a kayak, and my daughter Maddie's in the water, and she's floating with her kayak.
Right.
They slam into the tree that I'm holding on to. Now I'm holding on, and the water's taking my feet underneath the tree. Mm-hmm. So I'm holding on. I mean, I got strong enough arms in the chest to hold myself on. The next day, I was sore, and my legs were all cut up because the branches underneath were all cutting up my shins and everything. So we struggled real hard first to get everybody to stay calm, but we struggled real hard to get my daughter back into the kayak because my wife's kayak is now bumping the back of my daughter's head between the tree and her kayak. And I'm over here, the same thing's happening to me. Get Maddie up in the kayak, push her off to the side. And Matt, just stay there and just balance. We'll figure this all out. Now my wife falls out of the kayak. Now she's on the end of the tree where the branches are starting to break, so I tried to grab onto her, and I'm holding on to one arm and everything. And the water's moving fast enough that if I let go, it's going to take me underneath the trees.
Sure.
And I'm probably not going to get my head up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, because it was taking me underneath the tree. So Jen finds the branch that I'm kind of standing on, and she stands on it, and now I'm just holding on with one arm, and I'm not, and so get her back into the boat. Now the same thing's happening with her. She's in the kayak. It's hit me in the head next to, my head's between the branch of a tree and the kayak. So I maneuver her over to the side, and now the other kayak's gone, floating down the river. And we can't go anywhere because Maddie lost her oar. So we're like, we get back out of this, we're just going to float down and do the same damn thing. Now, we're not 150 yards from where we started. A couple good old boys come down in one of their tiny little fishing boats, and they got a thing in the motor in the back.
Yeah.
And they say, "Y'all need help?" I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So he tries to turn around, but his little motor isn't strong enough to turn around to come get us. So he takes off, and he says, "All right, I'm calling someone to come get you." My wife she realizes she's got the cell phones tucked in a Ziploc bag. So she calls a rental place and says, "We're stuck and we're fucked. We need help." We were in the water for 40 minutes before the dude showed up on a jet ski. He came all the way up with the jet ski, like 3 miles. I think it was longer. It was supposed to be an 8-mile kayak trip. So it must have been like 7 miles taking on the jet ski to come back up and get us. But we were already saved at that point because now there's a whole convoy, I guess you would say, of good old boys coming down on their boats. Thankfully, one of them had a bigger motor. He's like, "You all stuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So they're like, "Oh, we got you." And 2 guys pulled in, and they threw me a line, pulled me to the side of their boat, And then two of the guys got out into the land, and they pulled me to the side. But now I can't get myself out of the side because it's not like a side of a pool. I get my hands in it, it's all pluff mud, right up to my forearms. I'm like, I can't get. Now I'm stuck. I can't even get up because it was like a straight drop. I can't even put my feet on anything to eventually get out of the water.
Yeah.
And I said something stupid, and the guy in the boat was like, "Oh boy, this is about 30 feet deep." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I can't get my feet on anything." So they get me out of it, and then they take my daughter and my wife onto their boat, and they take them back up to the place where they dropped us off. And then they came back and they got me and dropped us off. All high fives and everything was good. They went down and they got the kayak that we lost, and they brought that back to us too. So we were sat there for a little while before the dude came back and got us, that we rented the kayaks from, before he showed up to come get us. At this point, my shins are all bleeding.
Wow.
So it was bad. Like, it was moving. I don't even know really what to guess how fast it was going, but I would say it was at least, the water must have been moving like 15 miles an hour.
Wow.
So it was moving fast. So like, you didn't have to paddle. And that's what I learned. So when we went kayaking in Folly, you gotta paddle. You gotta do the work. Yeah. You gotta move because the water's not going nowhere. You gotta do the work. This, you could have just sat in that thing and just floated on downstream.
Yeah, the Edisto flows one direction. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was moving. I mean, we've gone in a tube, an inner tube, and just floated and gone down.
Sure.
But it doesn't in the Edisto. But it doesn't really move. You're just really just kind of floating. This was moving.
Yeah.
So yeah, now my kid's not getting in a kayak alone, and it was ugly for a bit. I'm telling you, the next morning my underarms, my chest was sore from all just because I did this for a half an hour.
Yeah, sure.
Well, no.
Yeah, my first whitewater rafting trip was kind of similar.
Whitewater rafting. Oh yeah, boy.
I did that up in North Carolina, a place called the Nolichucky River. A company called Wahoo Adventures, and did the same thing. I fell out of my. It was called a funyak. It was a rubberized kayak instead of the big raft like you would do, on a rafting trip or whatever. This was a single man kayak, and fell out of that guy. Did the same thing. I came up across this big rock. It wasn't a tree like you had, but it was this big rock, and I tried to hold on to it, and the current was so great around me that it just, I couldn't hold on to that rock. I was trying to hold on to and stabilize myself, and the current just kind of pulled me around that rock, and I ended up floating down the river. And
it's amazing how the current doesn't have to be that strong to get you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like the Edisto. I don't think it was like a white rapid, but it was strong enough to like move us. Like,
right.
Yeah. Was that your first time?
My first time.
Have you ever gone back?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. But yeah, the first time was a little treacherous.
No.
Yeah. But it was fun.
I'll do it again, but yeah, I don't think we'll.
Yeah, I mean that time was like actually it was when I graduated high school, so I was 19 years old. So it didn't bother me too much. It was actually kind of fun, really. But
no, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get my kid back into a kayak. Oh, but I would do it again. But this time I go back to Folly where I have to do the work. I don't want the current. The current was strong.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I went home and fell asleep for a while because I felt like I just had like a really good workout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This beer's pretty good. It's going down pretty easy.
Yeah, I like it. It's a pretty good one. So how many music videos have you done?
Well, now you made me think. 5 or 6, I think. 5 or 6.
Hmm.
Yeah. I like doing that, but I'm not good at it. I would like to do more videos where it's like just me, like old school, where it's just me performing and then there's a storyline. But I do the last 3 or 4 that I've done is with this dude Jason, who's the videographer and the director. He likes to have storylines, and that's totally cool. But I'm not an actor. But I'll try it because you're only gonna get better, But yeah, I like the one that you brought up earlier, which was the Something Wicked. where it was me off in the distance doing what I do, playing and singing.
Yeah.
And the storyline was happening in front of me versus the latest one where I was the storyline. Because I'm not a good actor. I never wanted to be an actor.
Right.
You know?
And Something Wicked, that was something you wrote, obviously.
Yeah.
So the video for it, is that something that you directed? I mean, did you figure out the storyline for that, or somebody else interpreted that for you? Or
yeah, I had an idea, and Jason took it and rolled with it, and I was good. At that point, I was just worried about the cost. Yeah, my whole idea was Something Wicked was about like the metaphor would be like you made your bed, not lie in it. That's the whole idea behind the song. Deal with the consequences. You did this to yourself, now deal with it. And my whole image, my thought was to have me playing, because I was trying to get out of the acting part of it, and what my image was to have a guy and a girl dancing, and it was obvious that this was like their last dance, and the end, that woman just kind of like walks away from him. It was like a final kiss. But then Jason kind of ruled with it and made it more of a video, and it's totally cool. I think it's the video that I have that's got the most views.
Well, I mean, hold on a second. So their last dance, but I'm trying to remember the video. I thought they just met at that point.
Right. So they meet at the bar. So there's two guys in the video. She's sitting at a table with a guy.
Okay.
And it's supposed to.
She starts dancing with somebody else.
Somebody
right?
else picks her up. He takes her for a drink, takes her back to the dance, and then the original guy goes up to her on the dance floor, kind of gives her the whole "what the fuck" hands up thing, and then she shoves him, and then she turns around and the other guy's gone. He doesn't want to deal with the drama, and the whole time I'm up there playing, and then she's left alone.
Right.
So it took a twist from my original view, but it's okay. So you just gotta roll with it. At that point,
and I mean, probably something that you've probably seen, right? I mean,
100 times.
You
too probably seen
it. Yeah.
It happened the other night, matter of fact. Well, you weren't there, but back at Homegrown, I was playing. The girls behind the bar ran out front, and a couple of guys were already out front smoking, and then I could tell there was something going on. And then two cops come flying down the street, and I'm playing. Just do what I do, keep on playing. And when I stopped, I looked around the corner, and then eventually next song I'm playing, they all come running back in, and I can hear them all talking. Apparently some girl down at Wine in Tampa's cold cocked some guy out in the street. Just
really?
Straight up cold cocked him, caused some damage, and then when I took a break, I went out there. There were still two squad cars sitting out there monitoring the situation.
Damn.
Yeah. And so you see it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You used to when you get downtown a lot, you get the bridal showers, and they just want to act like fools.
Yeah,
the girls just acting, getting silly with their girlfriends, drinking, jumping.
I mean,
up on stage.
it's almost more so than the guys, right?
Totally. You know the answer to that question.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all these videos, so is it just the one album that you have?
For what, the videos? No, I got you made me think. So I got 3 albums.
Okay.
And 1 single. The next best video I have with the most views, the most likes, is the one with my daughters in it. Have you seen that one? What Would I Do Without You? So it's another acoustic song. It's a slower acoustic song with just guitar and vocals, and my daughter sings harmonies on it. And it's actually a really cool video. Where I had 2 teachers from high school reach out to me saying, "This is amazing. We knew that you were going to eventually do more than just play guitar." And so what that premise is I walk in to a desk area, and I flip open a briefcase, and I flip it over, and then a bunch of pictures fall out, and it's all like pictures of my daughter when she's a little girl and everything, and then there's pictures hanging from the ceiling like behind me and everything, and then the song is just like just talks about what would I do without you, or what would I do without you. So it's really the song itself more about what would I do without my wife and my kid. But the video makes it look like it's really like, what would I do without my kid? And then my kid's not there, and the camera spins around me, and then my kid is there, and then she is singing, and then it's just a nice little emotional love piece. And then at the end of the song, we get up and walk out together. So it's really simple, but that's yeah, it's an awesome video. That's an awesome song. I probably should put more money into promoting that song. Yeah.
And how old is she? The daughter?
She'll be 15 in September.
Nice.
No, man, I don't. Yeah. The driving down here, this is too early. That's something else is different from up north and down here. I didn't get my license until I was 17.
Really?
Yeah.
So 15 is not a thing? I thought it was a thing everywhere.
16 was the permit, and driving around 17. So I was 17. Yeah, I was 17 when I was a junior, 18 when I was a senior. Yeah, didn't drive until I was a junior. But she'll be 15 when she'll get her permit in 15. It's young, man.
Yeah.
I panic about her driving in through the rain storms we get down here. You got to think. You got to think quick. And you're not thinking fast enough at 15.
All right.
You know what I mean? You had 2 boys. Did you think like that when you had the boys? No, boys are just kind of like, give me the keys, I got this.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it.
No, it's my only kid. It's my daughter. This is going to keep me up at night.
Yeah.
This will put weight on me. This will gray my hair. This will make me nuts.
Yeah. I mean, both of them started, driving in Alaska, as a matter of fact. So they're driving in the snow, the tundra, driving these big 4-wheel drive vehicles.
They're probably loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's a good time.
No, I'm really panicked. I already have like shaky nerves and bad dreams about her driving. I've taken her out driving, and I drive. You see my truck? I got a big truck. Take her out driving in that truck. You just don't think enough. She don't think fast enough at 15.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think they should raise the license age, driving age.
I mean, fuck, you got what's going on down in Georgia. They're not even doing driving tests anymore down in Georgia.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like the physical driving test. I mean, you just take a test on paper and you don't even drive to get your license.
She's going to go to a school, driving school. No.
Yeah. I mean, you went through it, right? Driver's ed in high school?
Driver's ed, so many hours behind the wheel. I had to take the test. And then you had to take a class. You had to take a driving class outside of school, too, so many hours. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did that to me. As a boy, I drove like a jackass.
Yeah.
It's 17-year-old kid,
Yeah, I got my first ticket at 2 weeks after I got my driver's license.
Did you? Yeah. What did you drive? I had a Monte Carlo. What did you have? What's your first car?
I had a Honda Civic.
Oh, you had a little zipper, man.
Yeah, 1979 Honda Civic.
I had 3 car accidents with my Monte Carlo before I finally wrecked it.
Yeah.
I'll show you the scar up there. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I can see it.
I put my head through the windshield the 3rd time.
Ooh.
It was too much car for me. Big 305 Chevy. Monte Carlo was no. First time somebody hit my passenger side. Second time I lost control and spun and hit passenger side of the car, hit a tree on the left side of the road. So I spun around and hit a tree.
Yeah. And
then the last time I was on the way to a gig, my first official paying gig in Blackwood, New Jersey. Didn't make it to the gig. I made it to the hospital. Driving down the road, guy pulled out and made a left turn right in front of me. It was just started to rain, and it was just starting to get dark. Drove straight on into him. Girlfriend had a seatbelt on. Thankfully, she had the big old seatbelt mark across her and everything. I did not. I tucked and pulled my shoulder in and hit the steering wheel, broke the steering column, hit my head in the windshield. They laid me out and took me right to the emergency room.
Man.
Yeah, that sucked. I had to go back home for a while because my parents needed to monitor me for a concussion or something. And I was like, and all I kept bitching was like, I gotta go to the gig, man. I gotta go to the gig. That's how stupid I was.
Yeah.
I was 20, so I was underage on my way to the gig.
Right.
Yeah, fun times.
It's the best times.
Yeah.
All right, you want to play a couple tunes? I think you still got some beer. A little bit left in that guy right there.
Is that for me or are we sharing it?
No, that's for you. And then we can share this stout that I have over here. But
oh, Denise, are you still there? Which video are you talking about? You said it's a great video. Thank you for saying that. Are you talking about talking about something else? Thanks for the drink, man.
No problemo. Man, you got a lot left in there.
13 Stripes Brewery. Where'd you say this is from?
It's out of Taylor's, South Carolina, which is the upstate, up near.
I've never been to North Carolina. I've driven through it many times.
Yeah.
I have not played there.
Yeah.
You ever been to Asheville? Probably.
Many times.
Yeah, is it a cool spot? I hear that's a cool spot.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to go.
So I also hear it's not as big as I might think. It's what, big, the size of Somerville, or is it?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, size of Somerville. Big time music scene, big brewery scene. Just kind of a hippie mountain town. Really. Yeah.
I'm turning this on. We went for a little 4-day retreat a couple weeks ago. My wife and I, again, trying to find things we could do that weren't to get away from COVID. You can't really go on vacation on it, but we rented a cabin up in Leatherwood Mountains in North Carolina. So that's my first time staying in North Carolina. Yeah, you said like a little happy little woodsy, mountainy, hippie little town. I imagine that's what Asheville was like.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. So we've got this cabin. It was a couple thousand feet up. Have you ever stayed in a cabin? It's like right on the mountains itself. Like we were on the bottom of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So we walk on the back deck. It's like 50, 60 foot drop.
Right.
There's something else again to compare from living up north and living down south. When we moved down here, I didn't know there was that many stars in the sky.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
New Jersey, New York. I mean, you got all this what do they call it, light pollution, I guess.
Yeah. And then when we went and took that little vacation up to the Blue Ridge Mountains a couple weeks ago, there were even more stars out. It's so beautiful. Can you see the Northern Lights when you were up in Alaska?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh man, that's something else I want to see.
It's fantastic.
So how long does that last? Is that like all night or just like a quick 15 minutes like Northern Lights?
It just depends on the season, depends on the day, whatever. Yeah, I mean, it could be just a fleeting moment. It could be a couple hours at a time.
So what is it? Is it? It's just gas from the planet, or is it gas like from pollution from cars and shit?
I think it's just from the planet. Yeah, it's not from pollution for sure. Yeah, it's a natural phenomenon. But I remember when I got deployed in Iraq in 2006.
You went to Iraq?
Yeah, to blow out Iraq. About 55 miles north of Baghdad. A major trauma hospital up there that we manned to treat, everyone from Afghanis to Iraqis to Americans to Georgians, Canadians. I mean, we treated everybody there at the hospital. But I remember flying back from Iraq. This was a September time frame. So the fall, winter is when mostly you see the Northern Lights or whatever. So was flying back from Iraq to Alaska in 2006, September timeframe. And I remember the pilot coming on to the intercom and saying, "Hey, look out to your left of the airplane and you can see the Northern Lights." And we looked out, flying back into Alaska. And
it's not just green, right? It's
Northern
a couple
Lights.
different colors.
Yeah, it's a bunch of different colors, yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was one of the most amazing sights ever. Flying back into, of course, America after being deployed in Iraq for many months. So,
how many months were you in Iraq?
Cool. I was over there 7 months. Yeah.
Thanks again for your service, man. Honestly, what was Iraq like?
It's kind of like Las Vegas.
Sandy and hot?
just a desert. Yeah, just hot. A desert, sandy. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Had a good time, really.
I don't know, man.
It was pretty fun.
What'd you think about the explosion in Lebanon? Did that blow your mind? The images?
Yeah, it was definitely big. I haven't looked into it a lot.
So they felt it for 100 miles.
Yeah.
That image was big.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. Mushroom cloud like that? Mushroom cloud?
Yeah.
I don't know, you think it was an attack or you think it was just negligence and...
I have no idea. Like I said, I haven't looked into it that much, so... But it seems a little odd that it wouldn't be some kind of attack.
Again, I went out to work this
morning. Things don't just blow up.
I went out to work at 4 a.m. this morning. I had a buddy with me, and he's like, "Did you see what happened?" I was like, "No, I had no idea." So I got home today around noon, and I was on the news, and the images blew me away.
Right.
I don't know. What time is it? So I've been talking up all your time, yeah?
8:30. It's not too late. So what are you going to do?
All right, Danielle. I'm going to do Run Baby Run. Have you heard this one?
I don't know if I have it or not. Really.
So I didn't bring my looper or nothing plugins, so I just figured I would do one song that doesn't have
That's fine.
me showing off lately and stuff. Do you sing? You want to sing along?
No, don't say no.
Was that the go light?
What's that, buddy?
Did you say go?
You can do whatever you want, man. Go whenever you want to go.
I think I'm out of tune, but you know. Oh, baby, let's run. Run, baby, run, baby, baby, run. Oh, baby, let's run. Run, baby, run, baby, run. Run, baby, run, baby, baby, run. I paid my dues, so have you. Let's leave this place right now, start over new. Said the neighborhood it once was, lost that charm that I once loved. Nothing left in this town for me and you. I know you feel it too, so let's make a new start. This backwards thinking town ain't got no heart. So baby, let's run. Run, baby, run, baby, baby, run. Oh baby, let's run. Run, baby, run, baby, run. Run, baby, run, baby, baby, run. We've had some fun here. Baby, I'm done with you. Nothing left in this town, and you know I'm right. So grab a hold of me and don't let go. We can leave here if you just say so. Everything will be alright, we can leave tonight. So let the people of this town talk. Let them point their fingers. Little barking dogs never take big bites. So baby, let's run. Run, baby, run, baby, baby, run. Oh baby, let's run. Run, baby, run, baby, run. Run, baby, run, baby, baby, run. Baby, let's run. So wait, see and whisper, sad but true. There's left in this town to see you do. So baby, let's run. Run, baby, run, baby, baby, run. Oh, baby, let's run. Run, baby, run, baby, run. Run, baby, run, baby, baby, run. Oh, baby, let's run. Thanks, Denise. I like to do a video for that one.
Nice.
I don't know what, though. Yeah.
So when did you write that?
That's the most recent song that I have written. That was probably, let me think about that. February? Wrote that in February. And it's on the new album. It's not not the one people like the most, but it's the one I like this one quite a bit, actually. I think, so I recorded it, just like you just heard it, just me and the guitar.
And the new album, that's In Between, is that what it's called?
In Between, Volume 1, acoustic. I plan on doing an In Between Volume 2, acoustic, sometime in the future. I haven't written it yet, but that was the whole plan for that. I called it In Between because that's what I do when I'm in between bands.
Okay.
Thought simple enough, right? So.
Right, excuse me. Oh,
Yeah.
Damn.
Good beer.
Yes, good beer.
Yeah. So, you know. Yeah, I like to
So
do
Volume 1, how many songs are on Volume 1?
10.
Really? 10 songs?
Yeah. I shoot for 10. I have so far every album I have is all 10. I don't know. I just feel like it's a good round number. It challenges me because I always seem to get to like 6 or 7 really easily, and the last few I need to like work at. So it's like challenge, you know. I don't care if it's just I don't know. It's something like internally I need to like give a listener 10 songs.
Right. So Volume 2, same thing.
Yeah.
10 songs.
It will be.
And do you already have stuff lined up for Volume 2?
Nope. No. Oh, we're still going? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're going to just finish up with...
So what's this one?
It's called The Shadow of Death.
I love the
From
can.
SNAFU Brewing Company. Yeah, it's an Imperial Stout, 10% alcohol by volume, but just figured we'd finish up with that before you hopefully sing another song, another tune. But
awesome.
So you've already got stuff lined up for Volume 2?
No, I don't. I got, right now what I'm working on is a full band album. I've got four tunes in the making and in the studio, full band with drums and bass and keys. So that's where that's going. It just worked out that way. So like the last album was full band. Mike Freund band was going, had everybody on payroll, was taking them down Florida and back, and we tried to get into North Carolina. It didn't happen. Hit Georgia. And then stupid shit happens like it always does. I don't like his girlfriend, and he doesn't like my politics, and then the band blows up. So I'm like, well, you know, fuck all yous. That doesn't mean I have to stop. So I keep going. I went and did In Between,
right.
Acoustic album. And then that's out. And then COVID came out. I met some new guys. And we kind of hit it off, bass and drums, and started recording a couple more. So it looks like maybe, you know, December, January, I might have another full band album out. And then after that, I'll eventually get the Volume 2 acoustic ready to go.
Right.
You know, because I always got songs in my pockets.
And you can find that where? Where can you find the album?
Everywhere. You can find, well, you can start at my website. That's a tricky thing we didn't talk about for our listeners. My last name is Freund, but it's spelled Freund. So if you want to find my music, you can't say, Alexa, play Mike Freund. You have to say, Alexa, play Mike Freund. But yeah, you can hear it at Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify. I've been pushing my Spotify, and I got a Spotify commercial out trying to plug my music. Everywhere. You can go to my website, www.wmichaelfreund.com. It's got all my albums on the first page. You can listen to it. You can download it. You can go to Amazon. You can buy them, or you can go to my website and you can pay what you feel you want to pay. You can pay me $1. You can pay me $10. You can pay me 50 cents. You can pay me $6 for the album. But all my stuff is available everywhere. But you'd be doing me a big favor if you went to Spotify and streamed my music. It helps with fans and followings and all that shit.
Right.
So, yeah.
Cool.
There's my plug. We just had to get serious for a minute, and that was my plug. But that does look good.
What are we looking at?
Yeah. How you doing all the...
Oh, there. Yeah. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's a hard life out here for a pimp.
So what makes a stout imperial?
Just the alcohol volume.
That's why they'll name it imperial?
Yeah. I think it's normally like anything over 7% maybe alcohol.
Didn't know that. So anything over 7%, something like that, is named imperial whatever.
I think. I don't know. I could be just fucking talking bullshit, but yeah, I think it's something over 7% is an imperial. But,
this is good. I like this.
Yeah, it's good beer.
You've had this before?
I have.
See you, Holly. She said she's got to go.
Holly's got to go.
So when you take your RV, where's the first place you're going to go? Go see your boys?
No, the first place. So I'm going to leave out of here and probably go up to Tennessee. I've got a couple of people up in Tennessee that I want to see. I've got a friend of mine up there that I want to do a podcast with. He's already offered to provide me with electricity and water and all that kind of stuff for my RV if I come stay on his land. I got another buddy of mine that that was one of my bosses when I was stationed in Illinois that is south of Nashville, so I'm going to go there.
I love Nashville.
I got a friend of mine that's in Illinois that I was stationed with for many, many years. That is there in Scott Air Force Base in Illinois. Got a friend of mine in Kansas that I was stationed with as well. So a lot of people I was stationed with, really, that I'm going to just kind of piece out throughout the United States. And
kind of networked with everybody you were stationed with the same way I network everybody I play with.
Right.
Yeah, you know. It's not what you know, till you know.
So I'll be staying with a lot of people, and then eventually I'm going to get around to Flagstaff, Arizona would be my first place to stay with my kid, my oldest son, and then Reno to stay with my youngest son.
Is Flagstaff middle of the state? Or no? South of the state?
It's kind of the west side of the state, I guess, northwest side.
Northwest side, Flagstaff.
Yeah, it's about 7,800 feet. A little mountain town, hippie mountain town, same thing as Asheville.
7,800 feet above?
It's above sea level.
Desert. The desert's above.
Yeah, this is like an oasis in the middle of the desert, in the middle of Arizona, Flagstaff. Really cool spot.
I'd like to see Arizona. I'd like to see all that.
Yeah.
I'll get there someday. So when you go, you take some pictures and send them to me?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. What's this called? This is I'll Need You Now? Is that what you're going to play?
Yeah, I Need You Now.
Yeah, we can wrap it up with this.
Okay.
And,
well, this was
call it
fun.
a night.
This is my wife's favorite. I'm kind of over this one too, but hey.
Why are you over it?
This song is it's almost 2 years old.
All right.
The novelty for some of these songs, they wear off on me quickly. I'm always trying to write new, and it's something as an artist I got to remember. My old songs are still new to somebody.
True.
I need you now, more than I have needed anyone. release me. Please, please keep me by your side. Come and hold my hand, I am a newborn child. I can't walk or talk without you. I am a lonely cub crying through the night, longing for comfort and love. With open arms, you are a guiding light. How could anyone ever look away? A divine sight, so blinding and bright and irresistible, opened a way. So keep me, don't leave me, I am obsessively stricken. I am gasoline in flames. I am the hunger that drives rich man to steal without purpose, without gain. I need you now, more than I needed anyone. So don't release me, please, please keep me by your side. The clothes I wear, they are ripped and torn, they are expensive and see-through. Strip me of my pride and be my only guide. The only peace I ever know is with you. The passion is a rose, it blooms at night, with or without rain. Of this painted mask I wear, break me free of these chains. So keep me, don't leave me, I am obsessively stricken. I am gasoline in flames. I am the hunger that drives rich men to steal without purpose, without gain. I need you now, more than I have needed anyone. Don't release me, please, please keep me by your side. I need you now, I need you now, I need you now, I need you now. That's it, it's I need you now.
Nice. And how long ago was that?
That song's probably about 2 years old. Closer to 2 years old.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it, man.
Yeah, thanks. I was trying to get wordy and descriptive. I think I did.
Well, I think that about says it all, really.
Well, that was awesome.
Not how awesome it was, but we had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool.
So what's your next gig? Where are you playing?
I don't have one.
I tried to look it up. Yeah, I tried to look it up on your Facebook page and on your website, and it showed no upcoming shows. So
I'm being picky about it because of the COVID.
right.
It really,
So your last gig was homegrown, I guess.
was homegrown last Friday, and then I was out at Ridgeville at Bourbon Street Bar and Grill. Those two places that I can kind of like isolate myself and stick myself in the corner when people don't get close. I haven't played downtown in the city in a while. I'm worried about COVID. I wasn't so much in the beginning, but now I am.
Yeah.
And I don't care if anybody judges me, but now I'm kind of worried about it.
Right. Yeah. I think a lot of people have changed their tune a little bit, but
Well, my wife works in a hospital.
yeah.
So when she comes home, I tend to listen to her more than I do the news.
True.
I'm getting it directly from the hospital.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Good luck on your road trip and everything.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Hope to see you before you go.
I'm going to keep you up to date. Everybody's going to be up to date. We're going to do a lot of stuff on the road. It's going to be a good time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You need a theme song to close out to.
I've got songs. I got tunes, man. You ever
Yeah.
listen to the show?
I haven't heard a theme song though. You have your specific song.
Well, there's an intro, there's an outro song to this podcast. Every show.
Not the same. It's not the same thing though. It's different each show.
No, it's the same song.
No,
Sure.
what? No, it's not.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. It's a friend of mine.
I've heard different theme songs.
No, I do some different intro tunes and stuff, but as far as the intro and the outro song for this show, it's been the same forever. It's a guy named Slayton Johnson. He won the. It was a contest. Fleming submitted a show.
What was the contest?
Fleming submitted.
Well, fuck! I missed the contest.
Fleming, Slayton, Marky and Palsky. Yeah, a lot of people submitted tunes for the show.
When was that?
2 years ago. It was
man.
It was before I knew you, really.
I would like to submit.
But there's a couple tunes out there. But...
What did he submit?
Oh, Fleming's was really good.
Was it?
Yeah, I'll put it in the show, and you can hear it
Okay.
when you listen back to the show. I'll put it in there at the end.
Cool.
Yeah, he did a song. Really good, actually. He almost won, but he loses just like he lost the mayor election. All right. Well, on that note, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Mike.
That's right.
Had a good time. Talk to you soon, buddy. All right.